Hey everyone! Welcome back to Financial Futures. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today, we've got some exciting updates that could impact your wallet in big ways. From a potential record-breaking Social Security increase to Vice President Kamala Harris adopting one of Trump's key tax ideas, this is an episode you won't want to miss. Let's jump right into our first major story: the potential for a record-breaking Social Security increase in 2025. According to estimates from experts at the Senior Citizens League, retirees could see a cost of living adjustment, COLA, as high as 3.2%. This would be the first time since 1993 that Social Security recipients have enjoyed at least a 2.7% increase for 4 consecutive years. Here's a bit of historical context. In the early 90s, we saw significant COLA increases: 4.7% in 1990, 5.4% in 1991, 3.7% in 1992, and 3% in 1993. Fast forward to recent years, we had 5.9% in 2022, a whopping 8.7% in 2023, and 3.2% in 2024. If the 2025 COLA hits that 3.2% mark, it'll be a significant event. Now, what would need to happen for this record to break? We're keeping a close eye on the CPIW, Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, numbers. The CPIW for July 2023 was 308.15, and we're waiting for the upcoming reports to see if this trend continues. By October 10th, we'll know exactly how much the COLA will be for 2025, and whether or not it'll set a new record. Next up, let's talk about Vice President Kamala Harris and her recent policy proposal that's causing quite a stir. Over the weekend, Harris announced that she's adopting one of former President Trump's ideas: no federal taxes on tips. This is big news for anyone in the service industry. Bartenders, wait staff, and other tipped employees could see a significant boost in their take-home pay. According to a report by Axios, Harris made this promise while speaking in Nevada, just 2 months after Trump made a similar vow. It's interesting to see both sides of the political aisle agree on this issue, given the bipartisan popularity of the idea. However, it's important to note that implementing this policy won't be a walk in the park. Even if Harris or Trump becomes the next president, they can't just sign an executive order to make it happen. They need to push it through Congress, requiring a simple majority in the House and a much tougher 60 votes in the Senate. Speaking of tax policies, Trump has another idea on the table: eliminating taxes on Social Security benefits. This proposal could have a significant impact on retirees, but it's not without controversy. Currently, Social Security benefits are taxed based on your combined income. If you're an individual earning between $25,000 and $34,000 per year, you could be taxed on up to 50% of your benefits. For those earning more than $34,000, up to 85% of your benefits could be taxed. And for couples, those income thresholds are $32,000 to $44,000 and above $44,000, respectively. Trump's proposal would eliminate these taxes entirely, arguing that it's unfair to tax money that retirees have already paid into during their working years. However, critics warn that this could accelerate the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund, potentially running it dry as early as 2033. Or even 2 years earlier, according to some estimates. That's all we have for today's episode. Next, we'll be discussing an important topic that affects millions of Americans: your bank accounts and the monthly benefit checks you receive from the Social Security Administration. This includes retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, VA benefits, and Railroad Retirement Board (RRB) payments. First off, I know a lot of you rely heavily on your monthly benefit checks, and if you're like most people living on a fixed income, these checks are vital for covering your daily expenses. Understandably, any disruption to these payments could be disastrous. Recently, I've received several questions from concerned viewers asking, "What does this mean for my benefits if my bank suddenly goes under?" It's a valid concern, especially given the current financial landscape. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to assure you that your benefits are not at risk even if your bank goes belly up. That's right, your monthly checks from Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, or RRB are protected. But let's explore how this works. So, what happens if your financial institution collapses? Well, let's start with a bit of background. Over the past few years, we've seen several significant bank failures, most notably Silicon Valley Bank in early 2023. When a bank fails, it doesn't mean that all your money is lost. Thanks to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, your deposits are insured up to $250,000 per depositor, per bank, for each account ownership category. This means that if you have your Social Security or other benefits directly deposited into an FDIC-insured bank account, whether it's a checking or savings account, you're protected up to that $250,000 limit. The same goes for credit unions, which are insured by the National Credit Union Administration, NCUA. Now, let's address the big question: if your bank fails, what happens to your Social Security or other benefit checks? The good news is, even if your bank closes its doors, your benefits will not stop. The FDIC will ensure that your deposits are protected up to the insured limit. However, you might face a temporary inconvenience, as you'll need to find a new bank and set up your direct deposit again. I know this might sound stressful, but trust me, it's more of an inconvenience than a crisis. You won't lose your benefits, they'll still be available to you once the dust settles. It's just a matter of redirecting them to a new account. So, what should you do if your bank fails? First, don't panic. Remember, your benefits are insured. Second, as soon as possible, open a new account at another FDIC-insured bank or NCUA-insured credit union. Once that's done, contact the Social Security Administration or the relevant agency that issues your benefits and provide them with your new banking information. You'll want to do this quickly to ensure there's no delay in receiving your next payment. But again, this is more of a hassle than a catastrophe, so no need to lose sleep over it. In conclusion, while bank failures are concerning, they shouldn't be a cause for alarm when it comes to your monthly benefit checks. Thanks to FDIC and NCUA insurance, your deposits are protected, and your benefits will continue to be deposited without interruption. Of course, if we see any major developments in the financial sector, I'll be sure to update you here on Financial Futures. Before we wrap up, if you found this information helpful, please hit that subscribe button below and share this video with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge. Your support helps keep this channel going, and I'm here for you every day, breaking down the latest financial news and how it impacts you. Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter what happens in the financial world, your benefits are safe. I'll see you in the next video.